Serving on a school board has been historically, well, thankless, but also a very low-profile gig. That is until the last few years. Still thankless, now kind of threatening, and much higher profile. And despite that, or perhaps because of that, more people have wanted to get involved lately. Those without kids in school and those who are still in school. Shiva Rajbhandari ran for a seat on the Boise School District Board while still a senior at Boise High, and he won. The first student in Idaho to do it, which is why this next part might not surprise you. A kid with that kind of drive is choosing to go to college. He chose North Carolina to do that, but still has 1 year left on his term as a trustee. So one North End neighbor posted to Facebook asking, hey, does anyone know when Shiva plans to resign from the Boise School Board? Well, we know, and he's not, because while Shiva is going to college in North Carolina, Boise, Idaho, his parents' home, is still legally his primary residence. Here's Andrew Bartline.
Nearly a year ago, Boise School District voters sent a clear message.
With the 13-point margin that I won by, Boise voters, I think, resoundingly said, yes, students deserve a voice.
A voice spoken.
Yep, I do.
Through Shiva Rajbhandari.
Did Shiva win that election, or do you see it as students won that election?
I think, yeah, I mean, students won this election.
High school students. A status Shiva's now not.
I mean, every other trustee has a job or something they do, and mine is college.
A college across the country.
North Carolina has a lot broader educational opportunities, which I'm looking forward to.
Leaving Boise behind. Sort of.
I am still a resident of Idaho. I'm still voting in Idaho. I requested my absentee ballot just the other day.
And legally, he can.
Right.
Says Dr. Charles Hunt.
The way these state laws are written are, I think in some cases, purposely vague.
State law says Shiva does not lose Idaho residency just for leaving Idaho, given his intention to return. The time of absence has no restriction.
Who's to say whether an elected official has any intent to return? They can just say, yeah, sure, I have an intent to return someday, and not specify the day.
Can you say definitively your intent to move back to Idaho? Is that what you intend to do?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I'll be back for Thanksgiving, I'll be back for Christmas, and I'll be back for the summer.
Which is traditionally a normal travel cycle of any college student studying away from home. But the status of a home, a primary residency, that's not set in stone.
If you move to another state, if you register to vote in that state, if you begin paying taxes in that state, right, these are the kinds of markers of residency that even go beyond actually having a home address, and maybe begin to invite some potential court challenges to your office holding.
You may now take your seat on the board.
So far, Shiva says he hasn't crossed any of these lines and doesn't intend to. Though Dr. Hunt says just because you can legally keep an office doesn't mean you always should.
How well equipped is someone to represent a school district, right, or a state legislative district or a state if they no longer live there?
Over time, growing out of touch. It's reality. But in a year, Shiva says that's not his reality.
I still bring that perspective of a student to the school board. I just graduated back in May. I am still deeply invested in our school district. And so I'm determined to make it work.
Well, Rajbhandari says his work on the board is going to be done virtually, like over Zoom. He says it's not the best situation, but he is fulfilling a promise he made during his campaign to serve his whole term. Rajbhandari says he has tried twice to propose a policy that guarantees a student voice on the Boise School Board, but that has never even been considered by the current board. And without knowing a current student has a voice on the board, well, Shiva considers himself to be the next closest thing. Boise School Board, or School District, I should say, they know Rajbhandari is clear across on the other side of the country attending college in North Carolina, and they told us they are, quote, looking into it, but have nothing more to say at this time.